Greetings people, 'tis I, 480 Volts, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 15. Alright, today we're going to be doing a bunch of side quests. We're going to be doing side quests and other stuff for quite a few videos now, and this is all post-commentary after the fact, so I've already done a lot of this stuff.
The final showdown.
So to begin, we'll just talk to Sid, and we will select, got a bunch of places I want to go to. I'm going to start with Luca. There's a reason why I want to go to Luca. Now, do you remember when I went sphere hunting for all those Jek spheres and I came up short one? This is where it is. I couldn't get here for a while, but now I have an airship. Now I can get here no problem. So let's grab this sphere right here. Obtain Jek sphere. It's the only one I didn't get. Let's take a look.
Hey, Aura, did you get that last match?
Yeah, but I don't understand why you wanted me to. Didn't you say you have Blitzball in your Xanarkand?
Not a sportsman, are you?
Working on your form?
My form don't need no work. I'm the Great Jet. It's for my kid.
Your son plays Blitzball?
Yeah, and he wants to beat his old man bad. Once I told him to give it up. He didn't speak to me for a week. Wonder what he's doing now. I hope he got bigger and put on some muscle. Hey, what's the big idea? Stop shooting.
Jek getting a little choked up there, it looks like. Anyway, Auron has learned Overdrive Tornado. Sweet, so now that's all of Auron's overdrives. Alright, well now that we've done that, let's do some more
The
stuff.
final showdown.
And Sid's gonna say that every single time. Alright, let's see. Now I want to go to the Xanarkand Ruins.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
Now the nice thing about Xanarkand Ruins, you're like, oh crap, I gotta go all the way through the Xanarkand Ruins, right? No, look at this. There's a little glyph here that will take you to different areas. This is going to be immensely helpful. So you want to head to the dome area. So kind of go northeast, and then there's another glyph, sorry, northwest, and then you just go north on that one. And now we're inside the temple. Didn't even have to deal with any random encounters. But I want to revisit the Cloister of Trials. Remember that we did not get the Destruction Sphere when we were in here? Well, we're gonna mess with the Cloister now. We've got a new puzzle. We've got 7 white blocks that we need to reveal. And I already have them down by memory from trial and error, so they're in this room and in the next room. This room, we need to hit that. And that. Oh, yeah, and when you step over here, this little platform forms. If you are playing this on the HD version, as I am, do not go on that platform, because it'll take you down below, and you will have time to get back up. Just don't run around down there, because if you walk around, that's the wrong one. Now it's going to reset the whole puzzle. That's what happens if you step on the wrong switch, by the way. If you go down there, if you go to the area where you fight Unaleska, you will get into a battle with something that looks just like Bahamut. It's called Dark Bahamut. It is known as a Dark Aeon. And he will destroy you. Like, he will kill you, he will travel back in time, thousands of years, and kill your ancestors so you will never be born. Then he'll travel into the future and ensure that, he'll travel into the afterlife and kill you there. I'm exaggerating. He will end you so hard. There are dark aeons throughout this version of the game that you simply have no dream of living in a world where you can even compete against them. In the original PS2, they were not a thing. Matter of fact, there's one of them over at Besaid Island. And that's the reason why I did the sphere hunting earlier, because, well, now I can't get into Besaid to grab that last Jek sphere. Anyway, by completing that puzzle, I opened up that thing, And there is in there the destruction sphere. So let's grab it. Now you want to take this sphere and you want to put it on the right pedestal, not the left one. If you put it on the left one, nothing happens. Just put it on the right one. And this happens. And there's a piece of treasure. Alright, the Magistral Rod. That's a new rod for Yuna that I'm probably not going to use. But there it is. Half MP cost. That's pretty decent, but we'll be getting better stuff for her later. I think I actually gave it to her. Alright, so that's all I need to do in the Xanarkin Ruins. Now... Alright, now I want to go to... the Calmlands? Looks like we're going to the Calmlands.
Here we go!
Alright, so, well, first off, this family right here, the High Priests of St. Bevel do nothing but squabble over politics these days. They've forgotten their duty to us, their people. Sounds like politicians to me. Bevel is in chaos. Hoodlums walk the streets as openly as any priest. Many have left the city already, and many more will leave, I'm sure. Well, that sucks. We've always lived by the teachings, but look at us now, right? My husband and I decided to leave Bevel for our son's sake. Bevel is not a safe place for children anymore. We had nothing but the clothes on our backs when we fled here, but the people here helped us. Oh, that's nice. Would Yevon forgive us for accepting aid from the Al Bhed, I wonder? We've nowhere to turn to now. What should we do? We left our house in Bevel. I don't really understand what's going on, but Mom said it was dangerous. I don't care where we go as long as I'm with Mom and Dad. I think that's the family that we met in Macalania, where the dad disappeared and we had to find him, and then the kid disappeared and we had to find him. Alright, so need to do something with the Chocobo. Well, actually I don't need to do something with the Chocobo in general. I need to go somewhere. By the way, I figured out, I remember wondering about the Chocobo after you defeat Defender X. I remember saying something about the Chocobos. All that happens is, basically, when you enter, because you know in the Calmlands there's about 4 or 5 different places that you can go, and when you head back to this open area in the Calmlands, basically wherever, you can procure a Chocobo. So it's just very easy to get a Chocobo, that's all. But over here, which this is Remium Temple, if you remember. We get this awesome bridge shot. Oh, we're going to be coming to this place a few times, actually. But yeah, we get this awesome bridge effect right here. Just love how those camera angles, they're totally unnecessary. They're just flexing at this point. Anyway. Remember this Chocobo, and it said, I examined a sphere, and it said it was, it told me to do so. Anyway, it's going to tell me to ride this Chocobo. Basically, we can play a little mini game where we race another Chocobo. We need to race. There are poles along the track that I want to try to avoid, and there's chests that I want to go for. You can get certain rewards if you do this in certain ways. So, like, if I grab that chest right there, what ends up happening is it puts my Chocobo down here. It just gave me a nice big shortcut, allowing me to skip half the track, or maybe not half the track, but that's handy because, well, that helps you win that try. So for winning the very first time, you get the Cloudy Mirror. That's important. This item seals hidden throughout Spira. It seems to have lost its power, but there might be a way to restore it. This item, anyway, whatever. So that was that. Now I'm going to do this again. I'm going to try to go for 3 of those chests. You can get different rewards depending on how many chests you grab. I want to get 3 of them. If you touch any of those poles, it deducts chests from your counter. Not really deduct, but like you'll get penalized 1 chest. So if I touch 3 poles, it's like I didn't touch any of these chests. But yeah, you saw me go back, and now I'm going to go for this one. Now, the only problem is the Chocobo, the other guy, is getting ahead. So I'm going to try to sneak by him. Like so. You can almost not make it. And the controls here are a little unwieldy. That's the problem, but do your best. I find it's easier to use the D-pad. But anyway, for doing that, for getting 0 poles and 3 chests, you will get the Wings to Discovery, 30 of those bad boys. So that's cool. I'll use those way later. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Alright, so we're done here. Now, back at the Calmlands. Let's see. Let's just grab ourselves a Chocobo. Now we're going to go to... So, in Macalania, so that family that's over the Calmlands. Now, when we met them in Macalania, like I said, their husband, the dad disappeared, had to go find him. Then the kid disappeared, had to go find him. The kid was standing at a spot, and he told us to remember this spot. Well, we're gonna revisit that spot now. But there's a few other things we can do here in Macalania. There's a few other people we can talk to here in Macalania. You know, you get nothing for it. Like this person right here. There are so many warrior monks passing by lately. Did something happen at the temple? Yeah, it might be my fault. There's a couple of Guado here. Please, I need my rest. This long trip has tired me. Okay. Hey, kid. Hey, aren't you one of the Besaid Aurochs? You are a blitzball player? There's something I must tell you. Grandma says she has something important to tell you. I'd like to apologize on behalf of the Guado. We are responsible for the fiends that attacked the stadium after the game. We are sorry for the disturbance and for disrupting such a wonderful game. Please accept our apologies. Oh, okay. It was Maester Seymour's plan to release the fiends in Lucas Stadium. He thought he could win the trust of the people by defeating the fiends with his Aeon. Yeah, he was ready to go with that Aeon. I heard that his plan to marry the High Summoner's daughter was solely to gain the support of the people of Yevon. There seem to have been other reasons as well now, but we will never know. Oh, I know what they were. By obeying Maester Seymour, we Guado have committed an inexcusable crime. It is far too late to try shifting the blame to Maester Seymour. Within time, the Guado will be just as despised as the Albed. That child's brother was Maester Seymour's subordinate. He died while invading the Albed hideout searching for the lost summoners. He was never sent. I fear he now wanders as a fiend. The power of the Guado has greatly deteriorated. They merely await the inevitable now. That is why I brought that child and moved away from Guadosalam. Perhaps we will find peace in some faraway land. I still haven't told that child the truth about the Guado. Perhaps when he grows older and can accept the reality of the situation. Only then will I reveal the truth about everything to him. I'm tired now after talking so long. I'm not as young as I used to be. Guadosalam's no fun these days. Everyone's so... Wait, I didn't see what he said. We're going to rest here until Grandma feels better. Okay. I swear, when I do post commentary, I swear I hold the text out extra long, and then when I go to actually read it, during actual commentary, it's never long enough, so I don't know. But anyway, the human kid was standing over up here. He said to remember this place. So after you've gotten that cloudy mirror, you want to go over here. Use the cloudy mirror. Yeah, let's use it. Obtain Celestial Mirror. The Celestial Mirror is going to help us get final weapons for the different characters. Now, final weapons, when you get final weapons, let's see, there are certain requirements, there are certain things, like you just obtain them, they're not very good. You have to like power them up, and there's a few different ways to do that. One, you have to collect all those crests that I've been getting, you know, the Mars crest, the Jupiter crest, the Mercury crest, the Saturn crest. You got to get all those. Also, for each individual character slash weapon, you have to do like you have to complete some requirements before those weapons can be fully used. Like I know, like for instance, Lulu, for example, is dodging 200 lightning bolts in the Thunder Plains. Just to let you know, 480 is not going to do any of that stuff. Now, those final weapons, you can make them do some pretty incredible stuff. But yeah, I'm not going to do any of that stuff. It just takes too long. It's too time-consuming. I'll try to show you where to find the final weapons themselves. But as far as powering them up, that's on you. And I think I've showed you where to get all of the crests, I think. I don't know if I missed any. But I'll show you where to at least get some of those weapons. One of them is actually all the way over here. If you remember, we talked to this, the dude who has the monster arena, and when we helped him out with the Calmlands, he gave us a chest that we couldn't open. Well, when you have the Celestial Mirror, and you try to examine the chest now, the Celestial Mirror seems to react. So we can use it, and there's Yuna. You obtain the Nirvana. That's her final weapon. Don't ask me what you gotta do to power it up or what crest you need, but there it is. I do know that there's no AP on it, and then there's 3 empty slots, so there you go. So that's that then. Now I'm gonna head to... What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna search. The airship has this little search option where you can try to find different coordinates hidden on the map, and there we found Baj Temple. You have to run the cursor over to an area where you think it is, and then you press the X button. You might want to use the internet to know exactly where it is. But then if you look on the list, Baj Temple's now been added to it, so I can just click it. Baj Temple, eh? What's this place? Why, doesn't this look familiar? This is where Tidus ended up when he entered Spira. There's some things we can do here. You are going to, yeah, I put Lightning Strike, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave everything else. You're gonna want to make sure you've got stone protection of some kind, petrification perfection. I've got stone ward on everybody's armor, except for Riku. She has stone proof, I think. No, she has stone ward.
What's up? Something here?
I almost got eaten by a fiend here. Payback time.
I get the picture. All right, let's go.
What do you mean payback time? You want to get revenge on a giant fish for trying to follow its instincts? Nah, you wanna dive down here. But yeah, if you look, what am I doing? What are you doing past 480? Yeah, just take the Brotherhood. Anyway, everybody's got Stone Ward on their weapons. I couldn't do Stone Proof as of yet, but Stone Ward should be enough. You'll just want to make sure you have it. Because this guy right here can petrify you. And if you know anything about petrification underwater, it's an instant death, basically. You have no way of bringing them back. Because, see that right there, Stone Punch. Thank goodness it didn't work. Because, think about it, if you're underwater, well, and you got turned into a stone of slab, you would sink to the bottom as hard as you possibly could. Anyway, this is the Geoscano or something like that. He's weak to just about every element. So, the Thunder Strike on Waka's Ball and the Water Strike on Tidus's Brotherhood would be really nice. And you can steal some stuff from him if you so desire. Now, when you beat him, you have a chance of getting an item with a pretty cool ability. Now, I tried using slow on him just to see if it would work. It doesn't, so there you go. Now, just stick with quick hit. He's definitely got some armor on. I wish I could pierce that. I think Waka does have a couple piercing weapons, but I don't have them equipped. Now, Riku, I'm going to start having her use different gems, like water gems that we've been stealing from him. They just cast water a bunch of times. It's not a lot of damage, but it all adds up, so that's nice. But yeah, that Stone Punch weapon right there, or move right there, if you don't have Stone Ward, that could potentially make your day bad. No more quick hit. Let's try lightning gem now. Yeah, it would be nice if it did more damage, but whatever. We'll get this guy one way or the other. He's actually not that hard. I think making sure that you have protection against stone, that is the absolute priority. He's not a very difficult boss. And you're only allowed these 3 characters underwater anyway, so there you go. And... oh, he does do this. I forgot. He occasionally does this. He swallows a character, and now he's been hasted, so that's annoying. And Riku has a trigger command now. It struggles. She can attack the enemy from inside. What's gonna happen is he's gonna vomit her basically, and now she's dead. I don't know if that's instant kill or if it just does a lot of damage and she doesn't have that much HP. But let's revive her. See, somebody dies underwater, gets KO'd, you can get them back. But yeah, if they get petrified, no, you can't get them back until after the battle. But anyway, we killed him. He's dead. Didn't overkill him, but who cares at this point? At this point, I don't care about overkilling anymore. What I do care about is getting the right item from him. And in this case, I got a Devastator. It's kind of randomized what piece of equipment you're going to get. What you want is the ability. No encounters. Yes, it does what you think. It negates all random encounters. And considering how insane the encounter rate is around here in this game, that's going to be in handy. That's going to come in handy. Now, it may not be a weapon for Riku that has it. It may be something else. And you may not get no encounters at all, but if you feel like it, there is a save point right there. So if you saved before fighting the battle as I did, you could just keep redoing it over and over again until it drops something with no encounters. Because I do recommend getting no encounters. Anyway, we went inside this little temple. There's something we can do here. Something very important. Now, I've heard that the only way this is going... what we're going to do in here, I've heard that in order for this to work, you need to have completed all of the other cloisters of trials. I've heard some folks say you need to make sure you get all of the treasure in those areas, too. Like from the destruction spheres. And, now, of course, in the Cloister of Bavel, you kind of had no choice but to get the destruction sphere. I suppose you could have passed up the treasure. But yeah, just make sure you've done all the other cloisters. Make sure you've gotten all of the treasures of the cloisters. And then all of this should work. Yeah, we just examined these stones. And, yeah. And I forget what was in that other chest I just opened up. But anyway, when you examine all the stones, that lowers that force field. But before I go in there, let me just see what's in this chest. Mega Elixir. Okay, that's cool. Just making sure there's nothing else here. Let's go inside here and see what happens. That looks like a faith chamber door. This is a faith chamber. I didn't know there was a faith here. Well, where have I seen that woman before?
You are Maester Seymour's mother.
Ah.
So you know.
Yet still you seek my aid.
We saw her ghost in Xanarkin.
My son, do you not hate him?
Yeah, pretty much.
It is all right. He is the one who sowed the seeds of hatred. He is to blame. But I am at fault for letting him become what he was.
Now, what happened?
He was always alone, half guardo, half man. I wanted to give him the strength to live by himself. And so I became a faith. But because I let him taste power, he began to thirst for more. He was not satisfied with my Aeon. He wanted more power.
That sounded like horrible parenting, by the way.
Sin.
Yes. Come, summoner. I will bestow you with my power. The Dark Aeon, Anima. Destroy sin, and my son's obsession with it. Though it is small recompense for what I did to him.
That you could say that again. Anyway, we get the Aeon Anima. Woo! You thought Bahamut was powerful with his overdrive. How, you sweet summer child. Oh, Anima. Anima is easily my favorite Aeon. Yeah, that sounded like horrible parenting right there. I wanted my son to be accepted, so I became a faith, I became a celestial being and left him by himself. Basically, I mean, that... She just dipped him. She just skipped town, basically. When a dad does that, we call him a deadbeat dad. When a mom does that, we don't talk about it. Anyway, that's a whole nother soapbox for another time. But there you go, there's Seymour's backstory, if you care. Now, there's one more thing I can get around here, and you're going to see a little bit of editing because it took me a while to find it, but it's right in this area right here. And there's the editing. The camera will eventually show you, there it is, a chest. The celestial mirror seems to react. If you don't have the celestial mirror, you can't open this chest. And you can't get the Onion Knight, new weapon for Lulu, I believe. Nice Final Fantasy III reference. Just like the Nirvana, has no AP. Alright, that's all we need to do here. And that's actually all we're going to do for this whole video. So, in the next video, we'll continue with some more side quests. Until then, I'm 480 Volts. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Pieces!